Hi, my beautiful queens and kings. This is your one and only Queen Dish here. So the messages that came to me today, it's two. So hopefully I can remember because I had to be like, God, okay, what was the message again? So the first one is essentially that I want you guys to remember that there's more than one person. Okay, and what I mean by that is there are over 7 billion people on the planet, you guys. So you should not be boxing yourself in. You should not be waiting in limbo, like I mentioned in the last video, to allow people to have you in limbo. Okay, if you have things that you need to get done and people are not responding, there's more than one person that does what they do. Hi, Savia. There's more than one person that okay, sorry about that. I don't know how the heck that came up. Yeah, I'm not going to speak into existence that I'm not the best technically challenged, but I'm just saying. But no, seriously. Anyway, hold on, let me try this again. There we go. Okay, so what I was saying is that there's more than one person. There are over 7 billion people on the planet, you guys. And so if you have something that needs to get done, if you're trying to get a flyer done, if you are wanting to publish your book, for example, and the person or the company that you reached out to is not responding, for example, remember, there's more than one company, okay? If you're trying to get a flyer done and you don't hear from that particular designer that maybe you wanted, remember, there's more than one designer. Like, don't allow yourself to be in limbo. There's more than one person. There's more than one designer. There's more than one hairstylist. There's more than one nail shop. There's more than one. And that is the message. There are over 7 billion people on this planet. And I don't want you guys, queens or kings, to box yourself in and feel like, oh my gosh, I really want that person to do it. I really want, this particular person to handle this. Like, I just really want that person. But guess what? You being in limbo like that, especially, of course, if you're in business, that's not really helping you. By you waiting like that, that's not really helping you. When there are like thousands of other people in the same business that could help you as well. So don't box yourself in. Like, don't be so focused on one person as if there aren't over 7 billion people on this planet and other people, other, companies, other people that can help you. Okay? I'm a Forex trader. There are there are thousands and thousands of other Forex traders out there. Excuse me, I'm an author. There are thousands and thousands of other authors out there. So if I wanted, to team up, hey Helen, if I wanted to, team up with some other women authors, and they don't reach, for example, and they don't respond to me, as much as I really want to, guess what I'm going to do? Just like I said in the other video, I'm going to move on. And I want you guys to be in that space to really honor yourself and love yourself and not allow yourself to be in limbo or allow anyone to necessarily have you in limbo when we live in a universe that is abundant, meaning there's more than one person, there's more than one business, there's more than one hairstylist, there's more than one painter, there's more than one graphic designer, there's more than one attorney. You know what I mean? Like there's more than one banker or retirement person that can help you. Don't limit yourself. Don't be in limbo. Don't limit yourself. Remember, we are living in an abundant universe, and you will get what you need. Okay, you will attract what you need. You absolutely will. But that can't happen if you're like so focused on one particular person or necessarily one particular thing, right? Something that I have learned, and I'm actually getting ready to respond to an article about that. Hopefully I get it in on time. Is that, so I have my goals, for example, right? And I did this course or class, self-help, of course, but I took this course from someone. And I'm not even going to tell you who it is, but what I will say is the message and something that she talked about in the course was the fact that like all of your goals are going to come true, or all of your goals and your dreams, of course, will come true and can come true. But the way in which they might happen might be different than what you're expecting. And I agree to that. There's a level of openness that you need to have. You have to be open to receiving what you want. It may not be in the order that you thought, but like everything can still come together. So for example, I'm looking at my vision board. So, or one of them. So, okay, so I have, of course, I model pageant stuff and do stuff like that. So I do have that on the vision board, right? But guess what? I also have like the dancing on there. You guys have seen me post about dancing. Okay. But I also have, I have some travel. I have some travel on there. In specific, I have Greece on there. I've been wanting to go to Greece for a minute, y'all. And that's going to happen. Okay, so guess what? I may focus on, I want to go to Greece, and I've been focused on, Greece. But Greece, me going to Greece may come not from me just, going online and looking up how much Greece costs today and then trying to figure out a time with work. Okay, when can I go? Being open, because I just want you to get the lesson. Greece may come to me in a different way. Okay, you want to do your due diligence. You want to take action. You want to move, follow inspired action. You want to do that. Okay, but I shouldn't be so narrow or so gung-ho on I have to go to Greece this way. Guess what? The universe, God, the divine, God can allow me to go to Greece a completely different way. My pageant women, my fellow pageant queens and I, it could come that way. It could come through another business, through some of my business partners. We could decide out of the blue that, oh, let's go to Greece. Like it can come in another way. And so you guys, you want to be open to how things can come to you. So that's what I'm saying from earlier, like not to box yourself in, but to just be open, right? Like to just be open to how things can come to you, because they can, and like all of your goals and your dreams can happen, but the way in which they happen may not be what you're thinking, right? Just the order in which it happens may not be what you're thinking. So don't only focus on one particular way. That's the only way, or one particular person. Oh, that's the only person that can help me get this done. It's not. I'm just being honest. It's not. Okay. Hi, Gina. It is not the only way. And that's why I titled this More Than One. There are over 7 billion people on this planet. We live in an abundant universe, in an abundant place. Okay. And the second message that came to me for you guys, make sure I get this right, because I've had to ask God again, like, wait, what was it? So it's about your circle. So I thought about Oprah, and I thought about, actually it's Beyonce. So I was just, somehow it was coming, and I was thinking about like people in their circles, you know, because in the last videos, of course, I mentioned that as well. Looking at your circles, who's really on the same path as you, who's not, you know, revisiting whether or not you need to even have people in your phone still. I talked about a phone dump, okay? So the message was more so just, I think it's just a reminder for you guys that a lot of successful people don't have a whole lot of people in their circle, you guys. They don't have like a whole lot of people around them. Oprah has Gail. That's one person. Gail and Oprah have been like, you know, road dogs, homies since the end of time. That's one person. And then Stedman. So that's two people. Two people. Okay? Think about Beyonce. I don't even think, outside of the girls, I don't think I've heard of her like having friends. I don't think I have. She has Kelly, I think, and Michelle. You know, so like the people who were right there with her. Of course, she has Solange, her sister. But, you know, as far as like friends and people like that, no, I've never heard of her specifically with like anyone else. Solange, Kelly, and Jay, like Jay-Z, right? So again, that's what, two people? Okay, Michelle and Kelly, and then Jay-Z. Okay, three people. So I want you guys to know that you don't have to have, or should I say, quality over quantity. I posted that the other day. Think quality over quantity, okay? I said before, you know, some people may not like your posts, some people may not comment, but trust me when I tell you people are watching. They are actually watching, I promise you. But you just want to make sure that you remain authentic and you stay true to yourself and who you are, and you give the message and you give what you're supposed to give, okay? Just trust that the right people who need to see it will see it, and that's really it. Like, don't get hung up on, oh my gosh, I didn't, you know, get 1,000 likes today. Be your authentic self, okay? A lot of successful people do not have a whole lot of people in their circle, and I'm talking about like your inner circle, like who really is there for you, who really truly supports you, has your best interest at heart. Let me say it again, has your best interest at heart. You want to be around people that have your best interest at heart. Hey, Derek. Because, you know, as you grow, you're going to outgrow people. It's just a part of the process, you guys. I would be lying if I said it was easy. It's not. You may get lonely. It may be very lonely, but I've listened. I read a lot, and therefore I hear it and I read about it, about successful people and the kind of journey they were on, and how you lose friends and you lose, and we don't want to make like you lose, but how you outgrow people and you outgrow things, and that's only natural. And so I want you guys to not be afraid to lose people. Like, I want you guys to love yourself and honor where you are, and recognize, you know, you may have outgrown a lot of people, but that doesn't mean you go backwards. It means you stand your ground, you stay where you are, right? And you honor where you are, and you keep moving forward, because you are going to attract and draw the right people of that higher, like that higher consciousness, that higher vibration. You are going to attract those people to you. So do not go backwards. Do not, you know, let people who are not on your wavelength bring you backwards. You stay where you are. If that means this is your season, that you are by yourself and you are just grinding, you are just, you know, hustling and grinding, you are slaying it on your own, then that is what you do, queen or king. That is what you do. But do not go backwards. Do not let anyone pull you in and try to make you feel bad or guilty for what you're doing. The fact that you want more out of life, the fact that you're moving forward and you're doing different things, don't let anybody cause you to shrink or minimize who you are. Lisa Nichols said it, and I think we all use it. Like, You do not dim your light to appease anyone. You don't shrink like you, I forgot how she words it, but in essence, she says, hey, Gabby, that you do not dim your light for anyone. If anything, you give them a pair of shades. Here, I'm not going to shrink or minimize for you, but I'm happy to give you some sunglasses. So it's true, because if you're not being your authentic self, then you're not going to be able to serve the people who God called you to serve. Like, people need you to be yourself, your authentic self. And so if you shrink or minimize that, then they're not going to get the fullness of you and what they really need from you, right? So just be yourself. Don't shrink, don't minimize. You may lose, you may lose some friends. It's just that they're no longer congruent to who you are or who you're becoming, and it's nothing personal. You may, unfortunately, I don't want to say lose like your job, but it could just be that, again, the new you, who you are and who you're becoming, is no longer congruent to the job you're in anymore. Okay, so again, just know, if you're trying to grow and progress and move forward, okay, and go into a new higher place, then naturally the things that are no longer on that wavelength anymore, okay, on that frequency, those things are not going to be able to sustain the energy you're in now. So in other words, you're going up, and if it was like here, it's going to stay here and you're going to go up. So it's going to have to like dissipate. Like, it's going to have to basically go away, right? So just don't deny that. Like, don't be afraid to own your power, queens and kings. Don't be afraid to own your power, queens. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self, to be the fullness of you. Do not box yourself into one particular way or one particular thing or one particular person, as if there aren't like billions of people on this planet. Okay, trust me. Out with the old, in with the new. If one person is not responding, God will send you somebody else. It's end of story. If you want to even attribute that in relationships, I didn't talk about that. But if you even think about it from a relationship standpoint, queens, if the man is not, hey Jennifer, if the man is not showing you interest, or he's not being consistent with what his words and his actions aren't consistent and they don't match, guess what, queen, you don't have to sit around and wait for him. You can just go to someone else, the right man who is showing you the interest and whose words and his words and his actions match and they're consistent. Like, you don't have to sit around and wait for that one man. There's more than one man on this planet. Same thing for the fellas. You may like a woman and you are doing what you're supposed to do, but maybe the woman doesn't like you, and so that is, her actions are showing you that she's not interested. Okay, guess what? There's more than one woman on this planet. So you don't have to just focus on her alone. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes we're putting our energy and our time into something that's clearly, we can see and we know it's not right, or it's showing us like there's no interest, it's not working. And we're allowing ourselves to be in limbo instead of moving. I learned from Chanel Cooper Sykes. She said miracles happen in movement. So this is why I'm saying, why I'm talking about, sort of being in limbo, or allowing ourselves to sort of be boxed into one particular thing or one particular person. And so we just kind of wait and we stay in limbo, and we don't move. But nothing can happen if you're not moving and progressing, right? So that's what I'm saying. Don't allow yourself to be in that space. Move, progress and move forward, and trust that the right people, all of the right people, the right resources and everything will be drawn to you. But you've got to be moving. You've got to be participating. But don't box yourself into just one way and one thing. Be open to all of the different ways that something can come to you. Be open, right? And don't just wait on one particular person, especially if they're not responding. And then the second message was about your circles. Clean up your circles. Make sure the people that you're around have your best interests at heart, and they want you to succeed, and they want you to move forward. End of story. Like, do not allow people to drain your energy. And also do not allow people to make you feel guilty for wanting more or wanting to better yourself. You deserve that, you guys. Queens, come on. We are queens. We are royalty. Fellas, you are kings. You are royalty. The best. We deserve the absolute best. But guess what? We have to be mindful of who we have around us, because it does affect us, right? So don't feel guilty for possibly outgrowing a lot of the people you may have had in your life. Don't feel guilty for that, please. I'm just telling you, do not feel guilty. And I said earlier, this may be your season that, hey, Butch, this may be your season where you just need to be kind of slaying, grinding, hustling. You may need to focus completely on yourself, and you just need to do what you need to do without necessarily publicizing it, and just focusing on yourself, and getting stuff done, right? It may just mean God says, look, you need to focus on you, get what you need to get done. You don't have to, of course, announce it, like, in other words, like, post it on social media. Like, it's almost just grind on the low. Like, do your thing, win on the low. You don't have to post it to everyone, but just be working and moving forward. This is your time to just work on you. And that's not selfish. I promise you, queens, it's not selfish. I promise you, taking care of yourself and filling your tank up to fullness is not selfish. You cannot give to others what you don't have, and you can't be a blessing in the way that you want to be if you don't take care of yourself and put yourself first. It's not selfish, okay? So those are the two messages for today, and I pray, I'm prayerful and hopeful that the people that need to see this, of course, they will. And so with that, I will say, I hope you guys have a wonderful, what's today? Friday. I hope that you guys have a very blessed and wonderful Friday, actually holiday weekend. Happy Labor Day holiday weekend. And I will talk to you guys in the next podcast or the next video. My podcast is Queens Don't Settle. And if you go to the No More Broken Records page or the Petite with Purpose page, you will see the links on there for the podcast. But you can also go to Queens. You can go to www.queensdon'tsettle.com, and you'll see the link for the podcast on there. So I will see you guys, like I said, in the next video, or possibly you'll hear from me on the next podcast. You guys have a wonderful day, and I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah. Bye.